reality is tested to be reality and proven to be reality.
AC Sports Live is brought to you by All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. Earn your Class A and Class B license and endorsements with courses online and in person in the city of Long Beach. Call or visit the website 909-708-4861, www.allincdotraining.com. If you're unemployed, underemployed, or just want to change a career, scholarships are available, so don't worry about the cost. Give them a call. All In CDO Training, the future of commercial driving. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Mood Swing Apparel, DEM Clothing. Dominate every matchup, period. Check them out, Mood Swing Apparel on Instagram. AC Sports Live is also brought to you by Cannonnation Boxing. If you want to learn the sweet science of boxing, or if you just want to get a real good workout in, working out and training with pros, check out CannonationBoxing.com and become the best version of yourself today.
He ain't never slumber, never put him to the test. He be reigning king forever, resurrected after death. All praise to God, brother, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, all praise to the one.
Yes, sir. Yep. In the building, AC Sports Live on this 16th day of April. I get April and May mixed up. I was working this morning and I looked at the calendar. I thought it was May. It was April. I'm all mixed up, man. I appreciate y'all coming through on this Super Tuesday. I got my Allen Iverson trophy statue, same size as AI's statue. I'm just joshing, man. That's the size of all the Sixers statues out front of the practice facility. I think AI needs a statue out front of the Wells Fargo Center. So does Dr. J. Wilt Chamberlain has one. We'll get into it, man. Did you see UFC 300? My goodness, man. AI's mini-me statue. The WNBA draft happened this week. The NBA play-in is happening right now. I believe the Golden State Warriors are playing the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers are in. Thank God. Sweet brother Noomsy can rest easy. Now, they got to face the Denver Nuggets. Good goobly goop. I have a special show tonight, man. I had a chance to sit down with Brandon, the Cannon Adams, and Coach Kammmm, the people's coach of Cannonation Boxing. They're on the road in Atlanta. Big fight this Friday. The Cannon is in the OTX boxing tournament. And this Friday, I believe 7 p.m. on DAZN, he'll be fighting. We're going to talk to him today on the AC Sports Live show. What's up, Peopleization? Mike Staff, sweet brother Noomsy is in the building. First and foremost, what is good with you? And the Time Is Now podcast. I got Gee, who's tripping through transformation. I'm trying to go, man. I'm trying to go. You won't let me go. I got Plug One, SG Trilogy. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for a minute. I've been here for a long minute. Rubio Meth is in here. It is always showtime when Rubio's in the building. Sweet brother Noomsy. Come on, man. It's not wrong, but it ain't right. Playing Denver. That's how you wanted it. You must want to go home early. That's gonna be tough, man. Well, either way, it's gonna be tough because it looks like Sacramento is gonna beat Golden State. Dr. Hill, here we go. James Mack, salute. All right, man. Did you see UFC 300? I'm gonna play a quick clip, and I know Dana White is gonna probably want to shut me down. I'm not gonna play a clip. I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna do something that's gonna get us shut down. I'm gonna keep it real generic. I'll show you the celebration pose. How about that? Alex Pereira giving the "Is this your king? Is this my competition?" After he get kicked in the private area, he comes back with the left quick hook that puts my man Jamal Hill down for the count. One of the fastest marquee main events you'll ever see. And then, did you see Max Holloway put down the buzzer beater on Justin Gaethje? I mean, it doesn't happen, man. It does not happen every day. It's not supposed to happen like that. I mean, it was crazy exciting, man. And if you didn't see it, and the women's had a nice matchup. Zhang Weili successfully defended her title versus Yan Xian. I know I'm saying her name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. The first all-Chinese UFC title match. She's defending her title as she should. But UFC, that's a great product. My problem is, how come they're not getting paid as such? Can't do nothing about it. The WNBA draft was probably the highest watched draft for the WNBA ever. I watched it. I'm now a Chicago Sky fan because they went out and got Angel Reese and Cordoza from South Carolina. They have twin towers, and they're going to be a problem. Caitlyn Clark went to the Indiana Fever. Her jersey sold out in a matter of minutes, almost instantly. These two women, I want to say Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese, their rivalry gave the WNBA the blueprint of how to build this product. Since women don't watch WNBA basketball, you must cater to the men. And I said before, I want to see some deep three-point shots, some nice handles, precise passing, good defense, and some rivalry, some smack talk, some young ladies getting after each other in the rules of the game. Nothing dirty. As long as it's within the rules, I'm with it. I can't wait to see these girls play. I can't wait to see Indiana play Chicago. Circle it. I believe many of Caitlyn Clark's games will be televised. Now, I'm like the old school vets like Diana Taurasi a little bit, and that she's going to face some talent. Sabrina and them are waiting. Stewie's waiting. All the stars. A'ja Wilson's waiting. Plume waiting. It's going to be interesting. Man, AI got his statue, and everybody was like, oh man, why do AI like that? All the Sixers statues are small, man. I know this. All the statues are outside of the practice facility. So I knew that this was going to get ripped, because if you just look at it by itself, it looks real suspect. And it looks like the proportion. This is my son Alex's MVP trophy in proportion to AI's statue. And I believe Sweet Brother Numsy even said he liked the small statues because they're neater outside their practice facility. But Wilt Chamberlain is the only one that has a statue out front of the Wells Fargo Center. Not even Dr. J. Dr. J's real statue's at UMass. And Wilt's statue always, you know, mesmerized me because so much is going on here. He's in it, I believe, at least twice. And some of the other stuff going on, has AI done enough? He didn't bring a championship, but he brought a lot more. Sweet Brother Noomsy says Lakers in 6 because the first round takes 2 weeks, 3 games in 7 days. Plenty of time to get acclimated to the elevation. Lakers will be up 2-1 after 3. You got high hopes, Sweet Brother Noomsy. You got high hopes. We shall see. If AD's back spasm was a farce, possibly. Queenie Lane, how you doing from Texas? They are a version of Magic and Bird. They changed the game. They are Magic and Bird. Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese are. Great analogy, Dr. Hill. That's how you can tell who knows what. Nothing wrong with that statue. It's cool, man. It does look smaller than the other ones, though, because AI is a small guy. It's not like they can make him bigger. I mean, you can put him next to, when you look at him down the row, you know, he does look like Little Bow Wow and Like Mike. Is that the best statue pose? I think they could have had one where he's a little bit more in a crossover, because that looks like he's about to, I don't know if that's a crossover look. Like, he doesn't look like he's got the ball up like a crossover. I think there was a better, we're never going to be happy. We thought Kobe's 81 statue should have been him showing his chest or something. Yeah, you know. Mike said he wanted the Sparks to draft Reese and Cardoza, but the Sparks made a solid pick from the post and wing New Cover Stone. Last time the Sparks won, they had Tennessee and Stanford Cardinal anchoring them. Well, they drafted both second and fourth. Well, you get Brink, who is, you know, Steph Curry's protege, so we'll see how that goes. Breaking news, Little Penny wants to play mini AI one-on-one. That's just cold, man. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. If you had a statue made of you, what would be the pose you would want to be done of you? That's a great question. I don't have any, probably just my biggest moment in my sports life is my little interception versus SC, and I'm standing in the end zone with the ball, both hands in the air with the ball. I think that might be cool. That'd be a cool one. Yeah, man. Little Bow Wow. Scottie does. Scottie Scheffler wins the Masters again. I think it's the second time in 2 years or 3 years. Scottie does. Wins by 4 strokes. Is now #1 in the world. No pressure. Did it like it's nothing. You know how nervous I would be going on 18 up 4 strokes? I'm talking to my good friend Ray Domingo, watching the Masters, and we just texting back and forth. Like, you know how nervous I would be if I was up 4 strokes at the Masters with the wind blowing? I would definitely shank this drive. I would probably hit the trees in my second shot, and I'll probably 4-putt. I'll probably lose my ball. Everything goes wrong. Tiger Woods did not do too hot. One of his worst rounds, I believe, ever. He finished plus 16, which is bogey golf for the week. In last place of all those who made the cut. I'm not sure if that ever happened to Tiger Woods before. But payday, Scottie made $3.6 million, with second place making 2.1, third place making 1.36, and last place making 50 grand. I'm playing the wrong sport. I'm in Cannonnation boxing, getting my head beat in. I need to be playing golf because last place makes 50 G's. I can make last place. And that's my segue. I had the opportunity this week to catch Brandon Adams, the Cannon, before his fight this Friday on DAZN channel. I'm not sure what channel that is. I believe it's an app. So I'm going to give them a free plug to go ahead and download that. I talked to Brandon Adams, and I talked to Kammmm, Coach Kammmm, Camille Manolo. And she is one of his coaches, and we had a chance to sit down. Let's take a little bit of time, take a look at this interview with the Cannon as he preps for his fight this Friday. And we're back on AC Sports Live. I'm your man AC, and I am so proud, so privileged, so elated to be with my new family, the nation, Cannonnation, Brandon, the Cannon Adams, and Coach Kammmm, the people's coach. What it do? How you guys doing today? It's fight week.
It is.
Well, you know something, Mean Gene.
He couldn't wait.
Oh my God.
He could not wait.
We coming for the gold, sucker. Me and Scary Sherry.
Who the heck is that?
All right, man. Cannonnation Boxing here in Santa Fe Springs, the lovely city of Santa Fe Springs. I wanted to find a dojo for my son and I to train Taekwondo. However, I stumbled upon Coach Kamm's mitts videos. I love boxing, so they scroll these videos across, and she was like screaming at the kids.
You want to look like you're pulling somebody?
I like mean coaches.
I am not
so
mean.
I come over and start training with the Cannon and Coach Kammmm, and I've been here ever since. How did you guys come to the agreement, the crazy idea to plop a boxing gym right here in industrial Santa Fe Springs, right by my crib?
He in the WC. Go ahead.
Well, it's because it's like 10 minutes from his house.
That's not even true, guys. So, what we were trying to do was to try to find a space that was close to downtown, that was close to Pomona.
Downtown
if
was
you
so
will.
expensive, though.
Exactly.
Insanely expensive.
It looks the part, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like
gritty.
where Paulo Creed trained
Shit, yeah,
downtown
you know
LA.
what I'm saying?
Gritty.
You can smell it.
Say
Yeah.
gritty with the SH and no G. We was
No.
looking, you know what I'm saying? We was
That's bad,
definitely
bad.
looking for a space where everybody can come and play.
Basically in the middle of everything. So in the middle of Victorville and LA, we're dead smack in the middle of
It just
Rancho,
so happened
Fontana.
to be that I stay the closest out of
Just
being-
so happens.
I've been with you guys almost a year now, and I've seen all types of people come through here, from adults to kids to professionals. Who is Cannonnation for? Who's the target audience? Who should come here and train?
I think everybody.
I would like to say everybody.
Oh my God.
No, go ahead.
You
You
see
go
the
first.
chemistry.
No. Everybody is welcome here.
Chivalry.
And I think that's one of the best things about us
Gentlemen.
as coaches is we accept every person in here, professional, not professional, you know. We are open to training everybody.
Is the vision for Cannonnation to multiply different cities worldwide?
Honestly, the hard part about putting Cannonations everywhere is the fact that you can't put us everywhere. You can't duplicate what we bring to the table. A lot of times, coaches don't have the same vision we have. People don't have the same vision, and it's kind of something you can't be taught, because I don't do this because I'm trying to get paid. She don't put all that time into doing this because she's just trying to get paid. We do it because we love it. We do it because we want to get people to believe in themselves. We do it because we want to see greatness. And even if it's for just a moment that you have stopped here, and then eventually later on in your life you start the journey outward, you know, from this gym, you become a whole better person. And that's extremely important to me. And if I'm not mistaken, that's extremely important to Coach
Absolutely.
Kammmm. The development towards everybody, even the folks who comes in here, is very family oriented. So I think that's super awesome. I think that's super dope.
Well, here at NGBN TV, we focus on mental health and making sure people have a good foundation for happiness. Coach Kammmm is a staunch proponent for women empowerment and making sure there's a platform in a male-dominant sport like boxing, Coach Kammmm, how are you able to use your platform, your celebrity on social media, to empower not only the male boxers but your females?
So the most important thing is to give light and a stage to people who the world don't know about. It's easy to have known people on mids, celebrities and things like that, but do you know about the little girl next door who works so hard to know these combinations and to be as fast as she is now from when she first started? Do you know about the little boy who jump ropes 9 rounds? Like, those are the people that I put on my page for sure.
Awesome. Cannon, you are one of the most positive people I know. Good, bad, or indifferent. You come in here, Michael Jackson, we having dance offs and pop locking, and men don't typically think that's cool or they can do that or whatever it is, but you seem to find a way to be happy for the most part without having what's ever going on in your life. But you had a fight coming up. You're able to do this for me, and I really appreciate it. But you're able to find joy in this. Where does that come from?
It comes from having a hard life in the very beginning. Me personally, I mean, everybody's life, everybody's journey is their very own. But for me personally, I had a hard life, didn't even recognize how hard it was. My mom got 9 kids. She has 8 siblings. And we grew up very family oriented. My mom took care of all her siblings, brothers and sisters. We all used to stay in the same household. We grew up poor, but didn't know we were poor. Or I was at the age where I didn't recognize that we were poor until I got a little older. So for me to just enjoy life off of just living, and then eventually coming to a certain age to where I could recognize that I didn't have certain things, once I start to be able to gain things, and most of everything that I recognized that I wanted, it was very materialistic. It's very materialistic. As I start getting older, and I start surrounding myself around older gentlemen, seasoned gentlemen, if you will. Not just gentlemen, just just older people, and ultimately, just older people. People who were a lot more mature and experienced in life than me. I start to kind of pay attention to how they carried themselves, and it made me look back at the life that I was living at that moment and judge a lot better. Should I be? Should I not be? Or why am I complaining about this when things isn't as hard as I thought they were?
Right.
And once you start to view it from that, material doesn't really mean anything. It's just more so about soul. How could you make somebody feel good while you're feeling good? Because that's like paramount for me. That moment where I'm able to help somebody and then they feel good, I get this warm feeling inside. So that's why I'm happy. That's why it makes me feel amazing on the inside to be able to help somebody, to know that I gave my all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's awesome. So take them notes, man. Find something. Find a passion. Help people. Now, Coach Kammmm, this guy has a fight Friday night. And
yes,
this is going
he
to be
does.
airing on Tuesday. So we have the gym's going to be closed. What's the feel as you are help preparing Brandon, and everybody's having a little hand in getting him right? Just saw him get his hair cut. Now he's looking like kind of handsome and looking Dominican. But what is you're very protective. When I asked him when you do the interview, you said, well, Brandon has a fight. We have to be concerned. As one of his coaches, his trainers, his managers, what's the vibe like as you mentally prepare your fighters, like fight week?
Brandon has, to start off, has a great coach, Dub Huntley. And
I met Dub.
Yeah, Dub is amazing. And just talking to Dub and learning from Dub, he told me that no matter what position you play in a camp, you just always have to make sure that the fighter is always taken care of, So whatever little thing I'm asked to do just to make sure that Brandon is okay is very, very, very important. But to see him prepare for this fight is very, very humbling. And it's amazing because I've never seen a guy who worked as hard as he does. I think he works out 3 times a day, if I'm not mistaken. And all in all, on top of that, making sure everybody here gets training. This man is training people in the middle of his camp. Yeah. And it's very endearing to see.
Cannon, fight week, how was your camp? How do you feel going in? And what's the vision beyond this? Because this is a tournament, the OX tournament. And you got so much left in the tank. I mean, you're still a pup. Because I'm 50. I'm pops around here. But I see championship, man. What do you feel going into this fight? What do you see going forward?
Going into this fight, just this fight, it's always one fight at a time. Of course, we know that, but I feel good. I feel amazing. I'm in better control of my body. I have better understanding of myself, and I feel amazing. This is not one of those moments where a fighter, because as fighters we tend to lie. We tend to lie about our weight. We tend to lie and say we feel good, just because we want everybody to believe everything is going to be okay. We're superhuman, of course, right? But I feel great. I feel very strong. I feel one of the biggest things about this whole camp is I've been at ease. Once I was able to dial in my training, everything that I want to do, I've been wanting to do, I've been able to do so under the realms of me training. And that's extremely important to me because a lot of times when I prepare for fights, I usually always have to go here and then go there and then meet up with all these people over here so I can take care of this, whether it be recovery. But this time around, I didn't have to move around so much. And it just made me feel, more in place, more intact. And so, like, mentally, this is probably the strongest I've ever been. And physically, I think my physicality, you'll see, especially during the night of the fight, I've been training real hard, Mm-hmm. So I right at this moment, I look like an action figure. So I'm going to perform like an action figure.
It's a great segue. You're an action figure. And you are so animated when we're messing around in the ring. Like my very first sparring opportunity experience was with this guy, kind of a high standard to start at. Like it put me in there with another 50-year-old, please. But he was in his prime, man. He was just popping me upside the head. Rapid fire. Both of you are anime aficionados. Do you take on the character at times? In a real fight, are you going? I know with us, you mess around and you're popping us, moonwalking and doing all kind of stuff. But when you're in the element of an actual fight, are you taking on a new personality? Are you imagining being something that you envision in the anime world?
For me, when I'm up in there and I'm sparring and the music, we be playing crazy music in here. Depending on the song, I'm able to channel into doing that. But when I'm fighting, what I start to tap into or what I start to channel into is like nothing existing at that moment. It's just me being in the ring with that person. But then all of a sudden, it's like I hear everything, but at the same time, I don't hear anything.
Nothing. That's the zone.
Yeah,
that's the zone, man. That's the zone.
A lot of times, I try to get into that. A lot of times, the referee being the third man in there, he kind of don't allow me to transcend into that moment because he's in there, and there's always a reminder of everything else that's happening. But for me, I like to try to go into that mode, into that moment, because in that mode and in that moment, I'm everything. I'm everything and I'm nothing at the same time. So I am every character that I admire. All of those characters that I admire are actually me, so.
I have no technique.
Yes.
There is no technique. All the techniques. I'm water.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV, was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. And the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers were on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device or check us out at ngbn.tv. This is NGBN TV.
Dominate every matchup, period. This should be the mindset of every competitor in both team and individual sports and in life. Each day we wake up, regardless of the task, regardless of what we're facing, we gotta decide whether we're gonna dominate or be dominated, period. There is no in between. We believe whoever wears our gear embodies that DEM mindset. Dominate every matchup, period. The question is, which side will you be on?
And we're back in the mix, AC Sports Live on this wonderful Tuesday night. I am sitting down with the Cannon and Coach Kammmm. The interview, I have to get my rapid 5 questions in, and we're going to get to that right now. Just a reminder, this show is brought to you by All In CDL Training. Oh man, business is booming. People signing up every day. If you want to change your career, 909-708-4861 or allincdltraining.com. Reach out, someone will give you a call, and you can get started as soon as Monday. Classes are starting. You can do it on your own time. We would hope for you to get your permit as soon as possible, get you in the truck. You can start working as soon as you get your permit, and then you can keep working towards your license, and you'll be on your own on the road, making some cash money, y'all. All right, let's get back to our interview with the Cannon and the People's Coach, Coach Kammmm. All right, man, rapid fire. Favorite anime character, Coach Kammmm?
All right, I know I said my answer last time, but truthfully, my favorite anime character is Sailor Moon.
Why?
Because she is amazing. She is a woman, and she's just great.
My favorite character is Goku. Reason being, Goku for me is he's one of the first animes that Dragon Ball Z was one of the first animes that I watched and that had such a hook on me. And it was, it's about a guy who wants to be the best. Mm-hmm. He wants to be his best. He's almost aloof at everything else. He's goofy. He's all these other things. But once you channel him into fighting, he has a reason to fight. He wants to overcome in that fight. And that's just one of the many characters. But he was the founder for me. So it's got to be Kakarot.
Favorite food, Coach Kammmm?
Tacos.
What kind of tacos? Street?
Yes, street tacos.
Not Taco
sure.
Bell? No.
Taco what? Taco sick.
Now, favorite food out of camp? Not in camp. Eat what you want to eat. No, just you, Brandon. Because you can't eat this week, right?
That's right. But I'm easy though. You know what I'm saying? It's like it could be wings. I'm looking at the camera for this one. You know what I'm saying? It could be wings. It could be a burger and fries. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just choose one. It's got some of my favorite food that I gotta eat has to have a crunch. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Favorite sport, not boxing. Cannon.
Football.
Football, that's my guy. Coach Kammmm?
Basketball.
She's a hooper. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. Good for boxing or no? Cannon.
It bring new fans. But me being raised by old school boxing, the traditional style of boxing, exhibitions always existed. It's just I don't think that they were ever this big. Mm-hmm. They even put on a exhibition in the movie It was a movie, the cinematic movie Rocky, when Rocky fought Hulk Hogan, to show that exhibitions do actually take place in the sport. I think that this is crazy, Mike Tyson fighting at his age, but he feels good. I don't want to discredit a man who was once upon a time, you know what I'm saying, one of my, like, you know, this dude, he was the reason why I looked at boxing. And then Floyd Mayweather is the reason why I continue to watch boxing. Floyd and Roy Jones, of course. Mm-hmm. But now, you know, Jake Paul, this kid who's been training boxing for years, who's been, you know, quietly, he's been training for years, and he's athletic. Him and his brother are very athletic, and they're picking up the sport. It's just with that age and him being young and him being vibrant, it's in boxing being dangerous. I think the referees, everybody's going to be mindful and watchful of what happens. But yeah, I think for the sport of boxing, I don't know. I'm kind of like right in the middle. I want more fans of boxing, but I don't want fans to come and expect. Yeah.
How about you, Coach?
I agree with Brandon. I'm more so I'm looking at the marketing aspect of it all. I know that this is a big check for everybody. I know tickets will sell. It's on Netflix. I know Netflix's subscriptions will go up. You know, a lot of young people love Jake Paul, and a lot of old heads love Mike Tyson. So it's putting both worlds together on that day, and it's just going to be a spectacle. So, yeah.
Well, talking about matchups, talking about what the people want to see, who do we want to see? Like, who do you want to see fight right now, Coach?
You know, I know this is, it might not be unreal, but it's real to me. I honestly want to see this man right here go against the top, and I, because I know he will give them a run for their money. I'm talking Canelo, talking about Bud, I'm talking about those people.
We're coming for you, sucker.
We coming for the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan.
Coming for you, sucker.
Yeah, this fight, April 19th, mark my words, is the start of a ladder that's going to, he will climb this ladder with ease. And I'm talking about to the top. And I've always known that since I first met Brandon, so.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Yeah.
But it seems challenging at the same time.
Yeah, because, you know.
Best in the world.
It's the shoes
and then
that
going
I gotta
up, how many
to.
pounds? I mean, you're fighting this weekend, what weight?
This fight is at 154.
And you want to go up to 168?
That would be to fight. Hey, that's if I got the opportunity to fight Canelo, yeah, I'd fight him at 168.
Because you fought Jamal Charlo, and you guys are what?
At 160, yes.
160.
So that's almost 8 pounds. You beat my head in. I'm 215.
Yeah, I'm about to say that doesn't mean that I have to actually go up to 168 either. I could fight and come in at 164, 163.
Oh,
they're like, oh, he's just, you know, he gets
just
bigger.
Can't go over.
But it's fine. If you know yourself, you know your body. You know, great fighters do it. Floyd, Pacquiao, great fighters do it, and if that's what I want to be, then I'm gonna have to prove that. So yeah, I don't have to gain all of that weight. Naturally, I'm not a big person, so me coming in at 68 and I'm not feeling good, then
you're not gonna be at your best.
It's not gonna, yeah.
And is that why we want to see Bud versus Canelo?
Well, I think even if they did fight each other, I think Bud will come in at 64. It's just about how much he's trained and prepared for his fight. He's gonna have to come in around that weight, but it's gonna be his skills that will justify him being in the ring.
Who else do you want to see fight?
Today's fighters fighting. I want to see. I like watching the smaller fighters, the guys who fight at like 128, 126. They're just, you know, they're very explosive.
Aren't you in the prize fighting business where you have to gain fandom and the imagination of the audience? Like, how much of that plays into the sport? And Coach Cam, do you coach that for your younger fighters? Like, you're gonna have to bring me something. You can't be out here safe. Because I hear you screaming all the time. Do something as you're watching.
Yeah, I think I mean, I get that. I like being kind of having imagery when I do mitts anyways. It has to look aesthetically pleasing, if you may, but you know, you still have to stick with the basics, and I learned that because of this man. Having just the simplicity and making sure that everything is profoundly correct is the basis of what we're trying to make sure we teach now. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I ain't going to take too much more of your time. Who's your GOAT? Coach Cam?
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man.
Floyd.
Floyd.
Floyd's one of my
Money or Pretty Boy? I think there's a difference.
Yeah, it is a
Big difference.
The fighter that I fell in love with though was no lie, it was Money. It was Money. Like I watched a lot of Pretty Boy, but it was Money Mayweather that made me go, yeah. I don't want to get hit either.
It was because of his technical superiority. Unnecessary chances, why take him?
Yeah, just how he just dismantled the top fighters. Because nobody said when he was Pretty Boy, he was winning, he was doing his thing, but it's when he became Money, all of the mega names came under him. You know what I mean? Like his name triumphed over all of the mega names. So it was Money Mayweather for me.
You know why I don't like Floyd? We were at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And we were UCLA football players at Roscoe's, and Floyd comes in there with his little entourage, and he kicks us out of our section. Man, forget that, dude. When I see him, like, I'm going to put hands on him. I might have to wrestle him because I can't box him. This is Cannonnation Boxing here on AC Sports Live. I want to thank the Cannon, wishing him luck this Friday night. Get the dub. Come back with the dub. If you don't come back with the dub, just stay out there. Don't even come
That's
home.
real.
Just stay on out there. Coach Cam, keep doing what you're doing. I totally admire and respect everything you're doing. We'll be right back on AC Sports Live. That's Cannonnation. Coach Cam, the Cannon. We'll be right back. Cannonnation Boxing Gym in Santa Fe Springs, California offers training for pros, amateurs, and weekend warriors. Ran by current WBC boxer Brandon the Cannon Adams and pro trainer, the People's Coach, Coach Kammmm. They offer adult and kids training and classes for all ages. Cannonnation Boxing is in the corner for anyone who wants to learn the sweet science of boxing as a career or personal goals. Go to CannonationBoxing.com for more info. All right, back in the saddle. Special thanks to my guests today, Coach Cam, Camille Manalo, and Brandon Adams, the Cannon, fighting out of Cannonnation Boxing in Santa Fe Springs by way of Watts. Brandon Adams is 23-3 with notable close decisions to Jamal Charlo, amongst others, but 23 wins, 15 knockouts. He fights this Friday on DAZN, so check him out. I'm gonna jump right into my mental reps. If you haven't seen the news, Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice got himself into some trouble. He was arrested last week for connection to a multi-vehicle, multi-injury hit and run. And then I believe he transported some contraband and amongst other things that might, in essence, be illegal. And his coach, Andy Reid, hopes that he's learned from his lesson from his situation, which will probably lead to him being out of the NFL. So my mental reps tonight, for my young athletes and for those who still live life on the edge, be aware of the cost. Be aware of the outcome, the consequence. I believe Rashee Rice was racing his car, and at the time, it probably seemed like a fun idea. And I know how it is to be young, to drive fast, to live recklessly. But when you have everything to lose, you have to be mindful of the cost, man. Because just as we saw Henry Ruggs from the Raiders, Ray Rice from the Ravens, amongst other guys who have thrown their life away. I watched a movie recently, Iron Claw, with story of the Von Erich brothers, and Kerry Von Erich went for a ride on a motorcycle and lost his foot, which changed his entire career. We have to be more like careful. Not saying don't live your life not to have fun, but understand some actions have permanent consequences. And I think this is another lesson for the young people going to their rookie symposium, hearing all these stories of how you need to be mindful of your position in society now. Apparently, being a Super Bowl champion, being thrown the pill from Patrick Mahomes, coming into the 2025 season, possibly as receiver number 1 on the Kansas City Chiefs, is no longer on the books for him. He is now fighting for his freedom. Fleeing from the scene did not help. Getting rid of some contraband and some paraphernalia, whatever he had in the car that he had to get rid of, was more important than him staying at the accident. It says to me that he's going to be in some serious trouble. So another lesson for all the brand new millionaires out there and our new NIL kids. So kids are getting NIL money, getting these expensive cars. And of course you want to punch it. I mean, I have a sports car. Sometimes I go over 100, but I'm not racing it. I'm doing it when it's the grapevine by myself, nobody around. I go hit 120 to see how fast my car can go and how it feels. But I count the cost. I'm by myself, no one's around. I'm only going to hurt myself. If I get a ticket, you know, hopefully it's not one where they take my license and take my car away. I don't drink, so it's not like I'll be drinking and driving, but I'll be out here running my car too fast, and it's a cost I have to pay because we all speed a little bit. But this case, they were racing, and the consequences of racing could be death, serious injury, and in this case, your NFL career. So, mental rep. My son and all your friends in college playing D1 ball, and you're offered all this shiny lifestyle. Be mindful of the consequences. James Mack, I appreciate that, man. I've been trying to get them guys to sit down, but I had them sat down, but my audio was not like what I wanted. When I had my 50th birthday party, I interviewed them at that point, but I didn't like how it sounded. But I was really happy with this interview. Got some good information. I'm like Plug One SG Trilogy said, the mind of a boxer is always interesting. I want to hear what he's thinking about. How does he reach that zone? Mike Moody, the proprietor, owner of Mood Swing Apparel, one of my sponsors, DEM Clothing. I appreciate you, man. All the love you shown me and my son. SG said racing, and there's no video of the incident. It's gonna be tough, man. On the X, I got 2 bigs. Mike Staff, Sweet Brother Noomsy. I'm streaming everywhere. Man, I gotta get it in. I gotta make it happen. Mike Mood said one mistake, the wrong mistake, can cost you more than you plan to give. If that ain't the gospel, right there. All right, man, I got a few minutes left. I got some tender love. Let's get into it, man. At some point, the handlers and managers of the Force MDs gonna come after me. But LaDon Williams said AD is no longer tender love because Klay Thompson played 71 games but only averaged, 11 points? He wants Klay Thompson to be on the tender love report. I would put AD on there. Even though the Lakers won, what did AD have tonight? 19 and 12, something mediocre for a play-in game. We need AD to score 25 and 15. But I guess the dub is more important. So I'm not going to put AD on the tender love report. Who I am putting on the tender love report, I'm putting Sean Porter for using my term, tender love. They're using my word, Mike Staff.
The hell does tender
But
mean?
he's not used to getting hit.
What the hell does tender mean?
What
does tender mean?
He just he get offended too easy. Like he get
soft-hearted. Like, you say something about him, you get too like.
Man, I'm talking about. Tell me about him in the ring, man. Tell me about him in the ring.
What does tender mean? Tender means
good skill,
what it sounds like.
If he learned how to, like, if he
Don't
had
disrespect
power and learn how to
the
fight
tender
in
love
pocket,
report.
he'd be
All right, so
made.
let's get to it. LeBron James, for some reason, now I want to put the 76ers on the tender love report, but since all the statues are small, I'm gonna let them slide. But Tender Bron, once again, this might be old footage, but LeBron James, I mean, come on, man. Come on, Bron. First of all, cut the hair off. Cut it all off. That man barely grazed your head and you acting like you got a concussion. And of course the Jordanites came through, calling him all kind of soft. But come on, Bron. You're supposed to be one of the GOATs. You got grazed. You act like you're gonna die. Sweet Brother Nupsy said, how is AD tender love? AD had almost 20 boards and 3 blocks. He ain't tender for this game. I'm gonna let him slide. It just wasn't a monster game. It was a good game. But the segment is named after him. So anything he does, it's gonna be like JaVale McGee on the Shaq and the Fool segment. He's just automatic. He's just automatic. AD, we appreciate him playing. How many games did AD play this year? Like 76 games? He is not going to be tender love. It might be, who can't stay healthy now? Might be my main man, Dame Lillard. He stay hurt. Can't be mad though. Injuries are injuries and you can't call it. He had 18 points. Again, max contract dudes must have 25 points. LeBron James is 50 years old and he gives you a triple-double. 1 rebound, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. That man should not be working that hard by himself. Get that man some help. Oh, that means you popping. They stole my see you on the other side. That means you popping? Oh, they got my tender? They didn't say tender love. They said he tender as a way of saying he ain't bringing it and he don't like to be touched. Klay Thompson didn't score and was 0 for 10 from the field for the first time in nearly 1,000 games. Wait a minute. That's tender. Klay Thompson didn't score? 0 for 10? I'm talking about Draymond was the problem. Klay is the problem. Father Time is the problem. Father Time is undefeated. Klay may retire or get a small contract to finish his career at home with Bron and AD and Bronny. That's going to be tragic, man. That's going to be tragic. I don't know how I feel about that. But I will say this. My Tragic Johns segment. Tragic Johns. Johns is a word from Philadelphia that means thing, place, video. Tragic Johns. Most tragic football play I've ever seen. I'm not sure if it's even going to play. It's so bad. Is it going to play? It's not going to play. This is one of the most tragic plays. I'm going to come off it. I'll go back to it if I can get it to run. It wants to act funny style. All right, here we go. All right, my man gets the pitch. My man begins to run backwards, and that's not good enough. He throws the ball in the air. Tragic John's play of the game. Ran backwards. Big fella too. At this point, just hit a knee. Just take it down. Tragic John's play of the day. Big fella said, screw it. It ain't worth it. Matter of fact, here, have it. Get off. I don't know what was going through his head, but that's not what you want to do in a football game. That there is not how you get it done. Stats lie. People lie. They say Wemby might be better than LeBron James. If you're a statistician, like my main man Jimmy Mack, easy plug. Thursday, 8 p.m., the 1585 show will return. Wemby comparable to LeBron James. What say you? Because the Spurs were a hot mess as far as the standings are concerned. But as far as Wemby's game, I got a video of Wemby's chamois. Wemby got the chamois. The sham god for the big fella. I mean, is he everything you dreamed of? Is he Kareem, LeBron? Everybody mixed together? Is he LeBron, Kareem, and Kyrie? I mean, this is next level stuff, man. We gonna give Wemby a chance? I think he's in a sweet spot. We didn't think he was gonna, be a champion week 1. But I think he played his tail off. He said Clay was 0 for 6 from deep. Man, that's a John. A John. Tragic Johns. It's gonna be a good segment, man. Tragic Johns happen every day. Happy boy, Miguel Lara said it looked like rugby. I don't even think you run the ball backwards in rugby. I mean, is that why he threw it in the air? He played rack 'em up. Is that considered a fumble? Fumble recovery for a touchdown? He threw it up in the air. If he went backwards, it's a fumble. If he went forward, it's just an incomplete pass. Oh, that's a good question. If he throws it in the air, that might be why he threw it. If it's an incomplete pass, back to the line of scrimmage. Well, Wemby is looking to be the GOAT if he stays healthy. If Wemby can play 20 years, well, LeBron's built for 20 years. I don't think Wemby is. All right, man. That's my time. That is my show. I appreciate all y'all for hanging out with your boy. I appreciate the Cannonation crew, Brandon and Cam coming through. Sweet brother Noomsy, Happy Boy, SG, all my peopleization. I appreciate you dearly. I will see you on the next side. How you say it? I'll see you on the other side. Nah, man, I say peace, love, hair grease, all that good stuff. The Ride with Chevy and Nasty is next here on the NGBN TV network. I'm out.